Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Here's my latest Mondrian art painting. I'm getting better at it. I messed up in times past. What you have to be careful with while painting this, these are all Sharpie markers, is you got to make sure your markers don't draw over other colors. The colors tend to bleed on each other. And I'm getting better at the measurements as well as choosing the right size and direction. Not trivial, by the way. That's why it's getting better and better. Right? You remember the ones at my office. I've been perfecting it as of late. But lately, I just want to strike when the iron is hot. I know sooner or later, I'm going to collapse and want to do something else, right? I learned from my days of the bismuth art. Right now, I'm kind of taking a break from the metal casting, and because I had a few bad experiences, and I got other things I want to do anyway. And I learned that the nice thing about all of these art projects, both the metal casting and the Mondrian art, and also my submission to the Lego ideas, all of these is that they happen on my own timetable. I can strike when the mantle is hot. I don't have the luxury of doing that at any of my day jobs, right? So right now I teach at Central Arizona College. I've worked at various tutoring centers. Trust me, there are days where I wish I could have tutored for 20 hours straight, and get that out of the way, right? Because I know that I'm not going to be able to do whatever. Trust me, if I had it my way, there are days where I would have tutored 20 hours a day, right? And there are days that I wish I could have taken off, right? Well, guess what? I get to do that with my art projects. When it's really hot, I could just keep doing and doing and doing and doing. I can't do it infinitely, obviously, because I got other commitments in my life at the moment. But hopefully, when my art career takes off, I'll have more leeway to do that. I really like it. In a previous life, I worked at a technology startup company. Part of the problem I ran into over there is that I would strike when the iron was hot. There were times where I came up with beautiful ideas, but then when things cooled down, people forgot about all the contributions that I made. And office politics often got in the way too. And that's why I didn't last at those places. I took advantage of when the iron is hot. A lot of people didn't. The iron would be hot and they would still go out drinking and doing all that, but then they wouldn't be burnt out when it was cool. So it's a mixed bag, right? A lot of times I didn't fit in with the culture for things, trivial things like that, right? Not to mention differences in family structure. A lot of my colleagues bonded together because they had similar family structures, and I ran into a lot of difficulties there too. And so I'm really trying to strike when it's hot because sooner or later I'm going to actually want to live, and then I'll have a lot of stuff to sell, which is good, right? And so right now I don't have any good ideas on how to live. In fact, here in the Phoenix, well, I'm in Apache Junction, but I'm still pretty much in a suburb of Phoenix. Here in Phoenix, I have a difficult time with networking with people, and so I'll take a break from that. I'll make art, and when the networking comes, I'll have art to sell. Right, just striking when it's hot. Right. Unfortunately, not every job that I have ever worked at has understood my work style, and I've run into trouble from that. I've lost jobs over that, unfortunately. And this is a 10 by 10 Mondrian square, actually. If each side is 10, I believe this is a 1 by 9 rectangle, 1 by 10, uh, 1 by 8. These are all different rectangle dimensions, but the areas are close to one another. I wonder if nature ever makes anything like that. You would think if you were to crystallize some kind of metal, right, it would form grain sizes that are very similar in size. And I wonder if nature ever makes anything that's Mondrian square like, right? You would need some kind of metal that forms perfect cubes. Unfortunately, the very first metal that forms a perfect cube-like structure on the periodic table is radioactive. That's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully, we'll find other elements, or maybe it doesn't have to be a single metal. It could be an alloy as well. All right. Continue to pray for my art projects and pray that this heated period in my life goes on and on and on and on, right? Right. The part of the reason I got myself so involved with art these last 2 months is that well, my ex-girlfriend got married, and I wasn't upset about it. I was confused about it. Let's make sure we get this straight because she might be watching. I was confused, and I didn't want to think about it, and so I buried my head in my art. And then I went to my first day at what I thought was a dream job, and it really is a dream job, except I realized there were external things I couldn't control. It is a dream job. Let's get that clear out of the way. There are external sensory issues that I cannot make 100% control of at the workplace. And that kind of bothered me because I need that almighty dollar. And so I have to put up with noises I don't want to hear, sights that I don't necessarily want to see, not of anyone's doing. Let's get that out of the way. And so I got confused. I wasn't angry or anything. I was confused. And so I buried my head in the art projects. And first with the metal casting, but then I got myself poisoned with some metal that I was working with. And I burned myself. And so that's it. And hence all the Mondrian art projects and the Lego ideas. And I know this wave is not going to last forever, so I'm trying to squeeze every last ounce of blood I can out of it. Right. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Please continue to pray for this streak by disliking this video. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.